Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody in between. Welcome to HobsNMods. I know it's been a long while, so it'll be a little bit before we get up to full-on intro and people and hanging out, but this is just going to be a test, so I can also watch it later, see how it sounds, see how it looks, and generally also just enjoy painting. Because today, we are starting with this dude, little Magnaguard. We primed him in a metallic base, because him and like the droidicas are a little bit more metal compared to regular B1 droids. But I do have a sandstone primer on the way for that, so they will hopefully look sublime. But, you know, we'll get up to that. Okay, cool. I do still have water. I would have sucked. Nice. That still works too. I'm gonna have to go check all those settings too, because it's been a while since I've looked at my Twitch. But yeah, that's part of the process. We'll get there. Now, so I used a basic metallic primer that you get at, your local Walmart for this one. Bonds to plastic, all that good stuff. And does the job really well. It actually goes on smooth, doesn't really clump up too much, and has a nice shine to it and texture, which I think is going to be real useful in this. And so our goal is to touch up. We've got some Nuln oil on the shelf to do so with, as well as a bunch of other paints. And the paints we are using are Citadel, because say what you will about their expensive ass tabletop game, they are some of the best fucking paints, man. They really are. And occasionally I'm probably gonna be looking over here at some reference images, because while I don't have to make them as, movie accurate as possible, they do just look really fucking cool. So yeah, and it looks like they've got pretty much the basic base with a little bit of metal highlights, so we're going to be experimenting with that to see how it goes. But, step by step. First, we are definitely going to be painting this fucker's cloak, because he does not have a bright shiny cloak, and I want to see how the base paint reacts with this metallic primer. So now, eventually, I am going to get a second camera that will be focused specifically on my painting and my hands and things like that. So while I'm doing this, it'll be a little bit easier to, watch as I go. For now, I'm just going to be trying to, paint like this and chill. And I should probably get something to cover this screen in front of me so I don't get all blinded going cross-eyed staring into a screen. But, learning. That's what we're gonna call it. Now, you have a wide variety of brushes and sizes to choose from, because why not? So I think we're going to start with something a little wide, because we've got just a lot of little paint to cover for this. We don't really have to be that technical for the most of his cloak, or technical being, just small and everything. Precise, that's the word. Yeah, I can English. And got some nice crown apple Sprite, because it's like celebrating. We're back, we're doing the thing, we're trying to get in it. And next week once I get a little more schedule made and habitualized, we'll hopefully be able to bring some more peeps in. My roommate also really enjoys the painting, as well as one of my friends that I play with down here. So, you know, we might be able to convince them to join in with us as well. Make a whole thing out of just chilling, painting. Look at this guy. Hey, buddy. You know, I love you, Blighters, because I had a feeling you were going to stop by. Because you always do, because you're just the best homie. And I appreciate you. What's up, buddy? How you doing? He's so adorable. I love this guy. Hell yeah. Hey man, it is recognized and appreciated. Bow show. And I fucking... But yeah, look, we back. We doing this stuff. Feels kind of good. Sorry it took so long to return, you know. Fucking life was a little cray for a while. For, you know, variety of life reasons. But, you know, acclimating. Feeling good about coming back. If not in terms of, you know, situationally. Because I know around me I still need a lot of, you know, updates. Things I want. But that's always the case. You know how it is, man. Especially with technology nowadays. Coming out with all the cool shit. Tis dangerous. What you been up to, buddy? I've been actually meaning to poke you too. Not much, I'm doing pretty good. Still looking for a marketing job now that I got my certificate. Hell yeah. Nice, good job, man. Again, trying to do a remote still, or so you can, you know, travel and do the things, or looking for something a little more grounded right now. Because last we were talking, you were looking at trying to get some travel going. Which, you know, as a nomad myself, I always approve of. Fucking, that shit is fun. I love traveling. Went to Colorado Springs recently, and that was fucking awesome. That's where I got this shirt. Remote, nice. Hell yeah. I mean, since it's remote, you know, I can always poke around with some people, see if they know anybody. Because, especially over at where I work now, because, you know, I'm a little bit of a bartender now. I upgraded, I'm fancy. Fucking, you know, there's a lot of business owners out in this area. All that done by now, we'll find something as well as I hoped. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Fucking, I know, like, a lot of what is being said is like, oh, everywhere's hiring, everywhere's in need of people, blah, 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 but I know a few people who are like, yeah, man, I've gone to a bunch of different interviews and gotten jack shit, so... Okay. Well, you know, hopefully as long as you're not worried about it and everything, not stressing too much. But I'll still put out some feelers for you. Cause, yeah. You good peeps, man. Try and help if I can. No, I gotta get a little precise. his arms. I was really thinking about priming him and painting him separately because of this cloak, because there we go. Because, you know, getting under it might suck under some spots, but I was like, you know what, fuck it. I want to see what it looks like all together, and also see how much of a pain in the ass this will be. But hell yeah, I definitely believe so, because, you know, shit comes around. Fucking... Are you excited for Dragonflight? And the Dragon Isles? 'Cause I don't know if I've really talked to you about fucking that since it's they've had their releases, man. And you're my Warcraft guy, man. That's what we talk about. I've been thinking about getting my campaign done, just recording so and shooting as a side hustle or something. Hell yeah. I mean, you know, if you do, definitely poke me, especially nowadays, because I got a little bit more time and I'm back to doing this biz. So I would love to be a player in your game for sure. You're kind of... Yeah, that's an appropriate response for anything Blizzard nowadays. Because I can agree with that sentiment. I'm definitely, you know, excited in theory. And I've been watching, you know, a few of Bellular's videos. So, okay, I'm gonna have to do the thing. Thought I'd be okay. Yeah, use the thing. Because I got a pretty cool gift a while back. Just that. So, got these little wooden peg stand looking mofos that are pretty cool, and some sticky tack. And they are surprisingly awesome. Because you can just get a slap this bad boy right there. And now I don't have to hold it by the thin ass little base while I'm painting. I can just do this. I also got some bigger ones that are like yay big wood, which I use for priming to like hold it and spray all the little angles and shit. It's so useful. Like, I never thought I'd be a big painter because that was my mom's thing and I always hated adding color, but shit's cool. I will say for Dragon Isles, that Evoker class does look nice. And I'm definitely excited to play as a Dragonborn. Like, I want to be a little dragon baby. Just like I have my little wargame. I love being a werewolf. Trying not to get his arms with this tan. I think they look like big featherless chickens. I mean, you're not entirely wrong, that's for sure. But I mean, isn't that what kind of, you know, dragons were based off of? Kind of accurate, you know? Percentage. Magna. Okay, so I think it does have his head poke up the top. Yeah, it does. So I don't want to do his chrome dome over here. Right, no, I definitely would be more appreciative if they had like different body builds versus just being like, oh look, I'm a lithe elf fucking with scales. Like those fucking dragon guards that are below the place, the dragon sanctuary in what is it called? Middle of the Northrend, that place, the sanctum, the big beefy onyx boys. That's what I want my dragonborn to look like. I'll give up wings, that's fine. Like, it'll suck kinda, but dude, I want to be a big beefy boy. Yeah. I would be happy with that. I can agree with that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really digging the way this Xantry dust base is coming out on this Magnaguard. Like, don't know. Yeah. See, I was thinking of saying that, but I was like, oh, that's so close to Dragonflight. I don't know if I'm gonna mess it up. Yeah, you can't really see right now. Let me see. Okay, yeah, got that. See, look at that. Tan's real nice. Versus like that silver, especially on the front there. I dig that. Hell yeah. Okay. The bits around his face are gonna need me to be a little bit more precise with the brush, so I'm not gonna do that yet. Try and get down up in here in his cracks. I will say though, with these fucking droid models, I feel like I'm just gonna break them handling them, because, you know, droids are fucking skinny, dog. But it looks shit, sweet as shit. We'll say, like, I know, you know, especially like Bellulaire and everything, who I primarily go to for my Warcraft shit, has been really excited about dragon riding and everything in the Isles. So I'm very curious how they changed it up in practicality for that. Because, you know, flying's flying, and I've played a few games with, you know, like, I played Spyro growing up, you know, I've seen ways to make flying interesting. But in an MMO, it's kind of different, because, you know, you got all the alts and all the other shit, where it's just like, I don't know how this is gonna go. Yeah, okay. Even though it's a pretty wide space, getting back behind there still kind of sucks. My other Magnaguard might have to prime and paint them separately for their cloaks. Okay, okay. So I never really got too far into Guild Wars 2. Though I have watched, you know, a few videos on it and everything. And I played a little bit of it, but not far enough to get flying, that's for sure. one of those that I was curious about, but I feel like I missed the hype train for. So makes me a little bit sad, just a wee bit. I still, of all the MMOs I've played, miss WildStar. I still just love that style of game. Also tried out the Warhammer Age of Reckoning MMO that they have for like the fucking fan-held servers that are basically still just running the game and adding content to it and shit. And that was actually pretty good, pretty satisfying. I know they've been treating that game with a lot of love, so I loved it whenever it first came out. But, you know. It's funny, with this I can see where I missed with the fucking Xandri paint, because it's just like, hey, that's not supposed to be that shiny right there. It's okay, that's what a second layer would be for. Oh, so good. Can't get over it. And I don't wanna. Getting under this fucking cloak still sucks. Get all the weird angles. Also trying not to like mess up his arms or pop anything out, because that would make me very sad. Luckily, with all the other stupid fucking minis I painted, I'm pretty used to doing some odd, intricate angles where I'm like, I should not be able to do this. And, you know, people still say it still looks good, and I'm just gonna take their word for it. Because you know how it is, man. As the creator, you're always like, oh, but this and this and this. No bueno. That's the majority of it. I'm gonna do some undersides. Yeah. There's one spot that I'm like, I know that's missing paint there, but almost nobody will see it, so I'm like, it could be fine. You know, doing alright, I am fairly recently single. My child is currently in another state, but being taken care of by the lady, and you know, still get updates on her and see her, you know, electronically a little bit, and working on that physically, but not too bad. I've been working a lot as a bartender now, which has been nice financially, but man, I live at, there's not really any actual bars, so they treat my place like an actual bar. So peeps come to get fucked up at this family restaurant, and it's entertaining. It's entertaining as hell. It's also nice because, you know, they like to throw around some money, and, you know, no complaints about that. Oh, and thanks, you know, I appreciate, you know, we're making it work. We're doing the thing. Adulting as best as possible. So, and hopefully I get a nice little call with her come Thursday as well. That'll be nice. Just trying to get all the little bottom edges that I'm like, nobody will ever see that, but I really want to get a nice little camera that is made for like macro shots and shit, because I want to be able to take really dope pictures of these guys and start doing like dioramas and all kinds of shenanigans just to make it look even better, you know? Like, I'm still hoping probably within, I don't know, a month or two to get a 3D printer so we can start, you know, making the terrain for all that shit. Cause yeah, exactly, dude. And you know what? That's just as dangerous as somebody seeing it. To change brushes. So I'm about to have to get a little bit more precise. So this one, do I have a smaller one than that? I do have this one that I just got. Oh, it says for layers. Let's see. Yeah, this one is more for base. Because, you know, I've been getting like Walmart and Amazon basic brushes, but now I've got a little Citadel brush for precise base painting. And what is with all that? Ew. Okay, but these are also. Where's my clippers? I'm gonna trim this shit. Oh, this one's also a little thicker than I thought, so. Trim up this beast, because I don't like all those bare hairs. Cool. Oh my god. He's multiplying. What are we gonna do? Ah! Drop our shit. That's apparently what. It scared me. Well, hello, Gliders. Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Welcome to my Twitch. Here we do Halo games and, you know, painting and whatever floats our fancy. Yeah, though I am trying to be better about making like a little, you know, schedule and planning for the content that I produce, so that also whenever I convert things into YouTube videos, they'll be a little bit more organized and manageable, and hopefully be able to format into both styles, both as a live stream and then as you know, something that a short form content. That's the word I'm looking for. Technically multiple words, but you know what? Details. Always end up holding my breath whenever I'm doing these little like small areas and shit. Just like don't paint over. Keep it where it is. It looks nice. Yeah, buddy. Not too bad, not too bad. So yeah, this is why I can't wait till I can get my other camera to set all that up. Although whenever I do that, I'll also probably have to have a separate space other than just sitting here in front of my computer. That'll be a little bit better for, you know, my hands and just everything to fit where I want it to with the setup I have in mind. That's okay. You know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And, you know, I never thought I'd think of so many different ways and, like, positions I could stabilize my hands in for this shit. Like, you know, keeping everything all attached so nothing shakes. Just ridiculous. My friend that comes over and plays this with me, and also, you know, played D&D with and everything, he started also getting really into basing and like highlighting and like the fancy level of paint for his. They're looking fucking nice, but I'm not there yet. Though I did get some bits. Hold on. Let's get this spot. Also watched one video about like how to keep your paint brushes really nice, and I guess I needed like straight up paintbrush soap, which I didn't know that was a thing. But yeah, I'm gonna need some of that in my life, especially for like these paintbrushes that, you know, actually costs, you know, more than like $5 for a pack of them. That's Walmart prices, and I like those prices. Ah, okay. Kind of mess with that. Once again, one of those things that most people won't notice, but I do, and I don't like it. It's okay. It's that level to attention, if that make some stand out. At least that's what I'm telling myself while I do this. There's a little bit right there as well. Keep my shit from shaking. Okay. Precision work. Love it, but hate it all at the same time. Can't help it. Alright, so yeah, not too bright. Bam. Got nice tan to it. There is a shader that they have called Agrax Earthshade that I could probably add to certain parts of it and shit that'll help kind of give it more depth to the cloak itself and its folds and things like that. But we'll work on that later. That's actually real nice. I like the way that turned out on his cloak. Getting the back was still mildly annoying, but not impossible. Oh, I see a spot. God damn it. Let's see. I need a little bit longer for this. There we go. Ah, my nose. Ow. Yeah, dude, way too many of them, man. Oh, click. Oh, I don't know. Nope. Look at my new tattoo. Yeah. Well, new being relative. New since last time I streamed, which was a while ago. But I got me no face. I'm so excited. Can't turn that much. But yeah. So now when I wave at people, they'll see that. And if they know, they know. I was so stoked. But getting that fucking shading on right here, like the way he did that fade and everything, that sucked. Like it wasn't terrible, because it's not like a bad spot to have a tattoo, but man, basically just like stabbed and just dragged. It was like, the worst like rug burn type feeling. But worth it. Now then, so with cloak done, we're now gonna go with that like purple electro lightning that they always have on their magnet sticks. And I think what we're gonna use for this is a layer paint that I have that I've been using for alien skin tone for my Gene Stealers, mostly because Gene Stealer purple. There it is. And you know, for the previous one we had Xantry Dust as a base for his cloak. Alright, let's see how this looks. I'm gonna try the base one. Battlegrounds 3? Oh, Baldur's Gate 3. That's what it was. I had to think for a second. I was like, what? Okay, I'm there. We're good. like full release, no longer actually in alpha or beta or whatever the hell they're calling their pre-release shit right now. So that's what's about to happen. I'm okay with that. That'll be fucking cool. Because I've still been wanting to play that game. I haven't yet. But I want to play it. Especially with some people. Like, get a little stream going and shit. Of a bunch of peeps playing their characters, fucking around. Hell yeah. Bullets next year. Nice. Okay. Well, then next year I might have to invest in Baldur's Gate. So every time I see stuff from that game, I'm just like, oh, it looks so good. Oh, I'm so interested. But I know it's still technically in the works, so I haven't really messed with it. And that'll be a good Friday game, because what I'm thinking about doing is having Fridays for family, you know, play on some good old Fast and the Furious thing, which, you know, some peeps may not be that into, and that's okay. But yeah, that'll be community games and shit, so that'd be a good like Friday playthrough with a bunch of the peeps. Starting to get some purple. Let's see, I'm gonna show up. Not really. I'll have to turn off the light again. But we're starting to get some purple in the end. I'm definitely going to have to highlight it somehow with some like nice, either really light blue, almost white colors, or just an actual like white to get you know, the glowing lightning effect I'm hoping for. But yeah, no, I am definitely stoked. Again, I don't know if you played Solasta at all, but that game has received quite a few like nice updates and can now be played online with people. And so I started playing that with the same friend that plays, you know, Legion with me, and it's fun. Definitely a good little like D&D style experience. See, that little bit of silver right there. For this stuff. Oh, I did paint it right there. Okay. Oh man. So, you want a game that's out now, it's definitely not as like fancy as Baldur's Gate, you know, because it's a indie project that was made by a bunch of people who are just, you know, fans of D&D and shit. They basically just made their own fucking custom campaign, like, you know, a 5e homebrew world, and made it into a video game. And it is really nice, like, tactical style, you know, top down, similar to XCOM and games like that. But it, you know, uses 5e rules and classes and shit. And I think they just introduced Druid and Barbarian, I want to say. But there's like 3 to 4 subclasses per fucking, you know, class you choose, and know, it's just real nice. It's definitely a game that I always try and turn people onto if they really enjoy D&D. I did a review on it too on my channel on YouTube whenever it first came out. I should make another one kind of reviewing it since it's updates and adding all the new shit. Because they have definitely, not really necessarily changed a lot, but they've definitely improved it. And just the bard class and the lady dispatch. Nice. Hell yeah. Bard class always receives a lot of flack, but man, they are fun to play. I don't care. And I only recently got Fizban's Treasury of Magic for D&D books too. Fucking, so I can have the Emerald Dragonborn and, you know, all the fancy shit with dragons, and I'm excited. I haven't really had reason to use it yet because, you know, D&D games are a little sparse, random, but man, it's so cool. I like that book. Therapy, nice. Hell yeah. An OP bard is always entertaining because it's one of those that people are like, how does a music-loving bastard get OP? It's like, oh, just you wait, man. Wait till I am manipulating the battlefield, making enemies into friends and friends into frenemies. Because they're still friends. They just tend to not like you in the moment. Kind of how the bard is in our occasional game we play in person right now. He is very much one of those like frenemy characters where it's like, oh god damn it. And he's entertaining as hell. He adds definitely the chaos element to the group. To repaint some of this silver because I noticed it was part of his staff a little too late, but that's okay. Decide all the best little areas to put the paint. Mm-hmm. Oh no. Felt to touch the cloak and I was like, no, not if I work. Okay. That's not right over here. Yeah. I keep wanting to dip my paintbrush in my actual drink, and I'm like, no. Pineapple would not taste good with paint. I don't think so. Alright, so I should stop looking into it when I turn it off. Alright. So, yeah, hard to really tell, but definitely gives some nice color to the end there. Trying to use my forehead as a backdrop. Not too bad. Definitely gonna have to just add a little bit of like whites or something to it, but pretty cool. Before I go further, I want to switch to some silver to try and fix that little area I messed up. So, with this brush, let's cover. Found out from my friend Tech that putting little ball bearings in these Citadel paints is a really nice way to help them declump. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. It's a little bit darker than I would. So, Iron Hands is not the color we're looking for right now. So, let's switch to Lead Poacher. Another silver from Citadel. It's usually a little bit brighter. Once it dries, it's not too bad, but still just not quite the shade I'm looking for. Cool. All right. Yeah. Again. Nice little purple there. I dig it. I dig it a lot. Now, okay, yeah, so it is still glowing red light on his chest too. That's what I thought. So we've got a few little spaces to add that, but we are going to continue with the other side. you know, lecture stuff. Purple on both sides. And I also gotta touch up this little spot I touched with silver. I shouldn't have. Okay, that part's touched up. No. At least now this time I know what to look out for. So I hopefully do not paint over what I do not need to paint over. Because that shit's annoying. Always like, no. Bam. The precision. Luckily, after painting this one, all the others will go by fairly smoothly, since I at least now kind of have an idea of how I'm painting them and what I prefer for them. It's gonna be nice. So nice. Little bits of lightning is definitely annoying to paint because, you know, all jagged and erratic in their movement. Yeah, buddy. Oh man. Just so stoked with how this is coming out. Can't really tell right now because concentration phase. But I'm so excited. Say this purple might be a little dark. Luckily, that's where the highlight will come in, because then it'll just make that stand out a little more. And it should be fucking bomb. It's been forever since I've listened to these Streambeats. Harris Heller. Nice DMCA free music. And yeah, nah, shit's still a jam. Nice little sort of pseudo like lo-fi elevator music in the back. Hopefully, you know, it can be heard in stream. It is not too overbearing. That's one thing I'm definitely gonna have to keep an eye out for whenever I rewatch. Is how do those audio levels sound? I did a brief little like recording just to test out, but you know, testing versus what happens naturally will be a little bit different. Yeah, it's good. Sweet. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. And even though I haven't been releasing too many or like any videos on YouTube, fucking have noticed that occasionally, you know, the channel still gets some views, some peeps coming by and, you know, checking shit out, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I definitely need to make more. I also need to do some more like online D&D map making, because shit is A, fun, and B, those videos always seem to do really well with, you know, keeps being able to like watch and just kind of let it go in the background with its music and chilling and shit. Bam. Right there real quick. Yeah, buddy. Right? And I totally wouldn't have guessed that, like, that would be a thing. But, alright, no complaints, that's cool. I really enjoyed making maps. And, there is one, D&D community I saw on TikTok that I was thinking about joining and trying to, you know, help out, which would involve map making and things like that. Possibly also art if I get my Galmon tablet hooked back up. Finish fleshing out my world again in 5e, you know, been so lazy and keep putting it off. I know that got a few things like that I'm like, man, I should really work on this, put it together and make it proper. But the effort. So I understand, man. I understand completely. Sorry, you know, just think of it like a nice whiskey or wine, you know. The longer it takes, just the better it'll be in the end. So don't open that casket, man. Just, you know, let it simmer, let it build, let it gain that flavor. Or, you know, that's what I tell myself. Bam. Alright. So, nope, this way. Here we are. Let's see if I can get some better bits. I wish this camera would focus on it. I know I'd probably need like a real nice cam for that. And I don't have one of those, what are they called? DDR? No, that's a thing. Shit, DLSR. I knew it had a D in there. But I need a nice like DSLR that'll fucking catch the minis. But you can kind of see the perps on there. A little bit of that silver poking through as well from the staff that is in between all the lightning. Right on the forehead. Also rewriting as well. Got a cool idea for newish dragon lore. Hell yeah. I always approve more dragon stuff, man. Dragons are bomb. They are awesome. Okay, now we're gonna grab this red. So for the red that we're gonna use for his eyes and his little chest centerpiece, it's gonna be some Mephiston red from Citadel Color, because all of mine are. They're just so much better than acrylics and like a few others that we've tried. And man, Citadel has so many nice like pigments and colors and layers and contrasts and dry paints and technical paints. Like, it's useful. This one? No. This one. Astro Granite. This one is a beautiful like concrete stone color, and mixed in with it, it has just this like little bit of, I'm gonna call it sediment for lack of a better term, but it gives it that grainy texture and everything too. And it's really cool. Oh, before I start this, what I was gonna mention is over here. I got stuff for basing. So just like a little basic sand, you know, got it at Michael's and shit. But I'm gonna use it to be like Geonosis sand from, you know, Star Wars, obviously. And yeah, like it's gonna go on with all my droids and shit, and I'm excited. But I've also never based before, so that's a project for later. No metallic dragons in my world. The prime dragons are red, blue, yellow, white, and black. Interesting. I dig that. I dig that. I was gonna say, if you do have metallic dragons, they should just be metallic in like the way Deathwing is metal, you know? They just got fucking, they were like, you know what? Metal now, bitch. But yeah, no, that's really cool. I like that. Then you got the fucking emerald dragons and shit that are like, oh yeah, we accidentally decided to breed with some elementals because of reasons, you know. Those dryads, man. No. And then for some reason jib dragons were made, and it was like but no, in all seriousness, I definitely like that idea. Or it's just kind of like the prime deity, prime dragon, you know, mothers, so to say. What is the yellow dragon for you? Because like, you know, red, blue, white, and black, those are all the basics that peeps know and shit. But what about the yellow? Like, what element, what thing does that have? Okay. I don't like this brush. It's not precise enough for what I need. I'm gonna need my little itty bitty precision brush for this. And There we go. This thing is so itty bitty. Now I need to get up in the eye. It's a breath like a salt glass. Oof. Okay. So hard to get just this little fucking dot in their face for their eyes without trying to hit everything else. Okay, I could do it that time. This one is too far. It's okay. It's whatever. Looks good. And you can't breathe. Oh, okay. Dang. Suffocation plus blind? Yeah, that sucks. Okay. So like a pseudo petrification without actually like going into full petrified status and shit. Nice. Definitely dig it, man. Okay. So whenever like the other colors are born and, you know, mixed and made, do they retain like, you know, a mixing of the elements that made them too? Or is it like, oh shit, we made an accidental color? Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, I can see that, you know. That's fucking speed plus, you know, hardening people. Like, do that to a dragon's wings while it's flying and shit. That bitch is going down. No way you're flying with that shit all hardening you. Okay. And then there's that one who's like, nah, I didn't mix to make a new color. I'm just a rainbow of all the other colors, you know? And then that dragon's just a little extra. Okay, so we got little bits of red now in his eyes and on his chest. Up to the color. Very nice. Now we're gonna want to add like Null oil up in there. I'm trying to think if there's any other like colors and bits that we want to add. This Iron Hands. I think it's a little bit darker than the one that we have as the primer. I'm gonna try this for some of the like under mechanics of their body. See how that looks out. It's like a nice darker silver. So control the way my body moves. That would be nice. this area because my primer just did not get up under this side over here. Which is a shame, but that's okay. Until people are looking at it too close, and then I'm like, no, don't look over there. I don't want to push on that part. It definitely looks nice. Ah. Problem with this dangled brush for its precision is that it gets watery so easily, which kind of throws off the paint a little bit. Just means an extra layer or two. Hey, turn that into rust or something. Okay, that would be cool. Fucking, I always like the rust mechanic in 5e, but you know, there's only really like the rust tick, which is no, that's not what it's called, but that's what I call it. Fucking, and like that's really about it for, you know, or aside from attacking certain puddings, but that's more weapon durability damage than actual like rust damage. So like, it would be cool to see that more utilized. So let's grab some lead belcher here. Put you in, and this one. And we're just gonna okay. Lead Belcher's a little bit dark too, but I think I've got a layer paint that'll help with that. We're just gonna do this first. I wonder if I could just also like spray some of this primer down and then dab off of that for the paint, if need be. Yeah, because I want to be feel like no one goes out looking to fight a dragon. Nice, nice. Which is definitely good, because that is, you know, how dragons should be treated. But, you know, it's D&D filled with a bunch of cocky adventurers, so they're always like, yeah, no, we can handle. So you run into an ancient dragon at level 2, and you're like, oh god, no, what do we do? Not that I've had that happen, but you know. And you know, between a rust dragon and a dragon that can, you know, basically turn you to Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, no, fuck that shit. I don't want to mess with that either. Are you gonna have the yeah, that's definitely that one. Are you gonna have the red, white, blue, and black with the breath weapons that they have now? Are you gonna want those two? Also, you could get a fire dragon and an earth dragon to make babies. You should make those magma dragons, which would also be good for an orange dragon if you didn't want rust. Just straight magma. Blech. Yeah, that would be cool. Okay. Let's see. Do I have that layer paint? No, that's granite steel, which I do not want. Oh, 2 seconds. I gotta get some paint off the shelf. I have returned. And I grabbed some Nuln oil, which is great for metals and adding, like, you know, depth as a shade color. Oh my god. I had to sneeze and yawn at the same time, and damn, that kind of messed with my face. Right, and white and black dragons only really breed with their own. Okay, interesting. Yeah. The you know, the purists, the ones who try and keep the bloodline as clean and sanctified as possible. Super proud. Big dragon, I want to play the story because it'll be fun. Hell yeah. Fucking the one that was, you know, born from the forbidden love of red and a white dragon. Yes. Okay, so adding the Ironbreaker layer to this lead belcher is definitely helping it shine a little bit more. But it should still be dark. Oh well. Now it just kind of looks like, you know, the shade of underneath his arm, so it's okay, it's fine. Now then, the question is what to kind of modify this, because honestly, at like the most basic, that is done without, you know, the detailing and things like that. I kind of want to mess with this gun a little bit to make that a little bit darker than the rest of his body. So I'm gonna grab our base brush and throw on the iron hand steel. Good. Sound of a ball bearing mixing paint. Yeah. Anyways. Its breath is bubbles, like they're super slippery. Yeah, for sure. Fucking I just watched, because I've been watching One Piece on and off lately, because you know, why the fuck not? And they just fought somebody whose, you know, devil fruit superpower was bubbles and bath and like related stuff. And yeah, they definitely would fight it, or you had troubles fighting her, because, you know, once you end up all slippery and you just can't even stand or like hold your gear or anything like that, that shit becomes a fucking problem real quick. Oh yeah, that'll be real nice for his weapon. Definitely add some variance there. Which kind of makes me want to also add this to his staff. so that his staff is at a different level of silver than his body, you know? With his hands, because his hands are awkward as hell, it's hard to tell where the gun ends and the hand just stops. Let's see. I think, okay, this part of his hand. Cool. In it. And then just a little bit more up in here. Yeah. And so now his pistol is a little bit darker. Heck yeah. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna have to do that to his staff as well, so that it's just a different silver than the rest of his body. Because right now it just kind of continues, you know, and I don't like that. Because, like, it's not bad, but I don't like it. So, nope. It's about to sit for my paint water. That would be disgusting. I've done it before. I would not advise it. Oh, I was at the store not too long ago. The place where I got these minis. A little gamer store in Colorado. And I got also Taboxy for D&D, because I didn't have any Taboxy minis. I'm eventually gonna have to paint it, but I don't care. Because it looks cool. And, you know, it can just go with my backlog of things I have to paint, because there's a lot. I have so much plastic crap now. All over the place. Ah, it's dangerous. But I love it. New paintbrush. Let's grab you. I can use a little bit bigger of a brush on these. A lot more space to cover. just get all up in these little cracks. Try not to paint over the purple. I'm gonna paint it over it a little bit, that's fine. Like, one of my favorite things about Citadel paints is their metallic colors, because they look so nice. Especially their gold that I'm using for my GSC, my Gene Stealers. Like, oh man. Oh man, so you'll appreciate this. My mom got a 3D printer recently, because, you know, I get my hobby love from her and shit. And she printed out one of her characters in Warcraft. You know, I think it was her Void Elf that she's got, or Night Elf, one of those. But it was a mage looking character, you know, doing like the arcane blast pose, and it was really cool. Then she also got a STL for Sylvanas and Jaina, and just recently like put Sylvanas together in pieces and then, you know, put her together and shit, and it's pretty cool. It is very cool. She's now got, like, you know, thing like that big of Sylvanas. I'm just like, hell yes, mother. Hell yeah. It's very cool. I just said, whenever I saw it, I was like, oh, I maybe want to get a 3D printer. So much faster. But I can't right now, because that is not my priority. But I want it to be. Let's use a small brush for that detail part, but right now it's fine. Hell yeah, dude. Hey man, if I ever get my 3D printer, and it's less of an if and more of a when, I will gladly print out and send you your druid. Because, like, I want all my characters, honestly. At least once I get them up to the higher levels and, you know, transmog them in my favorite gear and shit. Yeah. I'm going to want all those bitches. And just have, you know, a shelf of all my characters. Why? Because I am a nerd, and I love it. Okay. I need my layer brush, because that is thinner. going to need that for these spots. Ah. I don't accidentally break it. That would make me sad. To live. Bus converts want a lot of space, but I could just save some for druids. Hell yeah. And you know, just also depends on how big, you know, we want to make your druid. So we could do like, you know, small little paperweight size somewhere up in there. Or just get your druid in all sorts of different forms and poses and like, you know, little size, and you can just have them all throughout your bus. That would be cool. If you have books, make them a little bookend. At least that's something I would do. Fucking, because, you know, I've got a lot of books. I love books. Been reading Warhammer books lately. Because, you know, there's a lot of fucking lore in that bitch. Oh, they're good. They're real good. You know, definitely about as adult and intense as you'd expect a Warhammer book to be, but so fucking cool. I've also been wanting to, you know, play in a D&D converted to 5e game. How big of a bus? Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. You know, the bigger, the more space, but also the more pain in the ass to drive around and whatnot, so I understand. Yeah. Let's see if we can just get this little back here behind his hand, because I'm a perfectionist. There we go. Beautiful. Then swip. So, can't tell too much because this camera does not focus on such a small mini. But there's definitely a distinction now between. We'll definitely be taking pictures afterwards, so I can be seen a little bit. Now, oh no, not in rush. Oh. We're gonna shake up our null oil and experiment with this because I have not used a shader yet in terms of, you know, the Citadel paints. But I know peeps love null oil, so okay. definitely sort of, you know, adds to the depth in certain areas. Kind of one of those paints that you just sort of slather on and let it fall into place, because it is a very thin paint. Definitely adds some nice little oomph to it. It's interesting. It's one of those that I'm just kind of adding in between places right now, like in his joints and shit like that. Trying to get some more dimension out of it, you know? Looks pretty good. But I know it's definitely not one that the camera will be able to see, sadly. I try and, you know, show it off. I'm just like, yeah, no, that's not gonna pop up. It is very cool. Nice. Yeah, so null oil, definitely worth. I will be taking some pictures after to show. Okay, that one might have had a little bit much there. That's okay. So nice. Some areas are a little bit darker than I want it to be, but it is okay. Oh no! Nothing happened. It's fine. What's up, friend? Go take a look.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you got the red eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good. Good job.
Okay.
Is that the first one?
Yes.
That's been an hour?
Yeah.
That's been an hour.
Yeah. Technically, an hour and 47 minutes.
Oh.
Technically speaking.
Do you need another drink?
Okay, this one is still going because I've been distracted. And yeah. And also I've gotten, I think, about as far as I can at the moment. So I still gotta add some Earthshade to this. Which is like this non-oil, by the way. Non-oil. Very awesome. But it's a shader color like this one, so it's a lot thinner. But it's made to make things look a little bit more earthy and dirty. So I gotta get that for his cloak to give it like the depth that I want. Kind of like how I did over here, so it doesn't blend in with that silvers and shit. It actually has that definition. So, yeah. But after I do that, he's basically done. Because, you know, Magnaguard don't really take them. Eventually, it'll be these boys.
So that's after that one?
Not tonight, though.
Not tonight?
Because tonight, we got a guy to poke.
What?
A guy to poke.
What do you mean? Do I want to poke him?
Yeah.
A guy to poke?
Yeah, a guy to poke.
Are you gonna be playing a game?
No. You're gonna be rolling.
Oh! Okay. Touche.
Yeah.
But now I see. I really want to come in here and redo this back wall for you. So
I need to properly do it to frame, plus with colors and things like that for lighting. I want to properly do it to where it frames better and I get, you know, some good backdrop lighting. Yeah.
All you have to really do is replace this recess lighting right here with cue bulbs.
Yeah, but like, so since we're done with the painting for a moment, if you want to flip that switch. But because without the light, like,
that's still good fun.
It's still,
those lights mimic that.
Oh yeah,
Cue bulb, it's a wireless light bulb.
I was just thinking.
It connects off of your phone doing an app, and you can put it whatever color you want.
Gotcha.
But that's what's really good for the photos. But I paint this wall black, and then I paint. Then I frame those.
Yeah. So I was thinking, you know,
Just
off main light here, and then backdrop lights. So I've got the main one here, and then little bits in the back.
And just another ring light over here.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm just saying, so you don't have to put so you fully see.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Like, you know how Instagram
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I'm not, you know, I'm working on it. All right. Developing.
I'll do it. That's what I want to do. That's therapeutic for me. Okay.
Okay. Well, then this will be a symbiotic thing. But yeah. So.
How many people are online with you?
3 at the moment. Yeah.
You know?
I know one. Mr. Blighter's here. You buddy. But yeah, so he's not much. And I'll take pictures so it can be seen better. But I would say, yes, you are the Blight. Not a Blight, the Blight, sir. But in a good way. Yeah, I dig him. I definitely can't wait to get more. I gotta touch up the browns back here a little bit. It was still fresh enough that when I touched it, some of the paint was like, hey, what's up? But, hell yeah. The metallic turned out nice. Got some different silvers to accentuate different areas. Now I've got to put together and paint 5 more of these fuckers. Hey, I get very technical and detailed, okay?
Okay, I've seen your videos as well.
Exactly.
Goddamn.
Yeah. We have a hobby that keeps our hands busy and keeps us out of trouble, okay? Minor technicalities. I didn't get in trouble, did I? Did I get in trouble?
Who knows?
Exactly. And if it's not on the internet or TV, it didn't happen. But with that, I'm gonna be logging off for now. Experiment success. Once we get a second camera that can focus on the actual painting, I think that'll go by a lot smoother for this process to be able to actually point out and show things, and not have it just some blurry little thing in the distance. But yeah, appreciate you as always, Blake, for coming to hang out, even if it's been, a good minute. And I should hopefully be back Wednesday morning before I go into work, where I will be playing whatever new game is available on Epic Game Store or the Xbox Game Pass, just to show off new games, talk about them, see what kind of impact they have. So till then, y'all take it easy, stay awesome. See you soon. Good night, everybody.